When I talk about diets, okay, these headphones are very good at canceling noise. I can't even hear my voice. I have to like leave a bit of sound coming into my ear. Um, when I talk about health, watching your diet, because Virgo is connected to our nervous system and is connected to our gut health. So it's very important to maintain good gut health. Whatever you want to do to better your gut health, you must seek the advice of a healthcare professional or a holistic professional, because sometimes we just think we are doing the best for our bodies, we're eating good, we're taking lots of supplements, but sometimes we don't really know, do we need these supplements? Do we need so many supplements? Do we need this medication? Do we really need this in our diet? Maybe it's actually flaring at our bodies. I'm going to refer, because I feel like I need to say this, and I will refer to the strange raw meat, consummation of raw meat and raw seafood. And honestly, I am definitely loving the idea of a primal diet, but it's just crazy. I mean, there's certain limits that we have to, there's certain boundaries. And this is Saturn in Pisces. This is so typical Saturn in Pisces energy. Where do we draw the line in terms of our health or the healthcare system? Where is the boundary here? Because I've been seeing people almost abusing these holistic measures, eating raw seafood, eating raw meat. I saw a video of this couple eating raw pork brain, raw brain. The brain specifically carries so many parasites. And obviously the girl, I think she ended up getting meningitis or anyway, which is funny because some of the symptoms of meningitis can very much behave like parasitic infections in the brain. I just can't imagine eating raw food, to be honest. I steam all of my vegetables. I don't even like fry them or anything. And they also do this thing where they ferment. I don't know about fermenting, but I know what it's called, and it's called meat rotting. It's rotting in a jar, and they keep it like that in a dark place for a week, and you can see the videos when they open the jar. They're just like, "Ooh, so good," or like they're almost like gag, but they can't show this on video, which is hilarious. I was on holidays last year, and I went to eat in a restaurant. I just had some seafood. It looked cooked. It tasted great. Guess what? Got salmonella, and it was the worst thing I ever gotten in my life. I almost died. I was hospitalized for 7 days. Severe dehydration. My potassium levels were so low. I almost got a heart attack. It's like, you really, really do not want to eat raw seafood or raw meat. Like, okay, maybe your immune system is strong enough, and I'm not saying everybody will contract stuff, because everybody has different immune systems and microbiomes, but parasites stay first. It takes a while for them to hide in your system. It takes a while for them to hatch, to nest in parts of your body before they start making a huge disruption. And you won't feel them for like months of years at first, but when you start getting chronic health issues is when, and if you start getting all these strange symptoms, I mean, you don't have to have a high IQ to put two and two together. So going back to this energy of where is our limits considering our health habits, the habits we have with our health, with our diet, like we are almost purposely destroying our health. We are already getting so poisoned from the air, from the water, from the food, from the clothing we're wearing. So very much watch that, because now is the time where the full moon, it's pretty severe. Like it's not gonna just leave you alone. It's gonna illuminate some issue in your life, whether that's your diet or that's your health or that's your job. It's going to illuminate something, and while it could be good, it could be with the trine with Uranus, it could be a very nice idea that you get like a push or an idea or an encounter, And that's all nice and dandy, but we cannot forget that Venus is retrograde and Saturn is there to overlook the moon and the North Node. So very much whatever this happens within this week and within the next full moon, it's definitely something that with the North Node, it isn't a small thing. It's a thing that kind of emotionally affects us on the long run. So you very much want to be careful what you do, so you don't do something stupid that you will really, really regret, like eating raw pork brain. After seeing this today, I've just had enough of the internet and Instagram. And as much as it's fun and it does give you the like short dopamine shot that we're all addicted to, let's be honest, I just cannot, I've just had enough of internet and people. So one of the key takeaways for this full moon in Virgo is to balance your hard work. And if you're working too hard, try to find a nice balance between, a nice work-life balance. Definitely focus on your life path, because with the conjunction of the North Node, it's going to point out the focus that your soul needs to align with what you're supposed to do. And until you align yourself with what you're supposed to do, it's gonna keep throwing you into situations where you're constantly unhappy with. And it's not gonna stop unless you actually align yourself. And it's a hard truth, and it's a hard truth for me as well, because I'm in a job that doesn't align with my soul purpose. I am doing videos and I am doing readings and I'm really happy with that. But I have to pay the bills. It's hard. We live in a rigged game. We live in the matrix. We live in a very unstable economy, and you constantly have to you constantly have to create new ideas. You have to follow this world that is very quick and exhausting to follow, because it is exhausting to follow. Like I find it hard to follow it some days. There's also the relationship part that I keep feeling a lot. And one of the advices for the relationship department, it's definitely time to align yourself with a partner that is very much going to ground you and is very much going to align with, or maybe not align completely, because sometimes we meet partners that are very different from, but they align and they just, like a puzzle, they fit perfectly in our lives, whether they do something completely different, whether they do something that we don't do, but we just perfectly align with each other. And that's the kind of energy that you need. You just need to perfectly align with someone. Someone doesn't have to be 100% you. They can be quite different, or they can be the opposite of you, but your energy is the beautiful alchemy of that beautiful coming together is what matters, just beautifully blending with each other. So definitely there's an energy of trying to find your soul partner, a partner that perfectly aligns with this alchemical energy of yours. At the same time, Saturn, with the opposition between Moon and Saturn, I have to point out that you have to be realistic about what you want. You have to be realistic about your relationships, because if these differ too much from reality, the likelihood is that the higher expectations you're going to get, and if they're borderline delusional, you will most certainly meet disappointment. Something to give a bit of thought about, and something to be careful about. Just being very grounded in your choices, not being up here, not lowering your standards too much, because then you're going to end up dating a total clown, and you don't deserve that. No one deserves that. Also, not having your expectations too high, because then you could just end up alone, and you could end up just disappointing yourself so many times that you just give up on love and you give up on relationships, because, oh, everybody, I always go for this type. Then change the type or go for someone else. Try different things and try to be grounded in your choices, because if not, then that's the sad reality of Saturn, that it does pose emotional hurt and disappointment in this type of situations. Another thing that I want to mention, perhaps there is also an energy of you holding back from meeting that soul partner or meeting that perfect relationship or aligning with your current partner. So maybe there's something that you're doing or saying that's holding you back from having the full experience. But I'm glad to be back, and I'll definitely be back more within the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. Follow my page, like and subscribe, book a reading if you want. I do take donations now for my readings. So you're welcome to donate if you're happy with your reading. Let me know what you think and have a great week ahead. Thank you so much for watching, and give you a big kiss to all.